Hello, hello. And we are live. Welcome everybody. I am Paramount USA and you're at Lindy's Treehouse tonight. And I'm here every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And happy Halloween Eve. You know, I had to get in the spirit tonight. I did. So welcome, my chatters. Come on up to the treehouse. We are going to hang out and we are going to have like so much fun on this pre-Halloween Eve. And I thought I would get in the spirit and dress up as Minnie Mouse, as you see, Minnie. So actually, Lindy's off tonight, so Minnie Mouse decided to step in tonight to help out. Yes, so that was very nice of her, right? I'm just really excited to be here tonight. It is Halloween Eve, and my ghosts and goblins are out there, and I know they're on their way to climb up the treehouse tonight. I'm just super excited to have y'all here tonight. My listeners, my watchers, my chatters, welcome. Come on up to Lindy's Treehouse and tell me how your week was. I hope you all had a really awesome week. Mine was really good. I have been getting a lot of steps in my walking because we all need to walk, and walking is very good for you. It really is. I look at it as preventive medicine these days, because when you walk, the more you walk, makes you stronger, right? Makes your heart stronger, so that if things happen that, things happen or whatever, that you be stronger to fight off these different things that old people get, and young people too, and it's a matter of like good eating habits, all that stuff to take care of your body, right? So I've really gotten tuned into a lot of walking. I'm really starting to get a lot better at it. I mean, I got a lot of steps in the last couple of days, and I can feel my stamina is starting to build up, starting to get better on my steps and all that. And hey, Mr. Vegas, hi. He said, I'm just checking in before the game. Cool. I don't even know who's playing tonight, but I'll catch the game after the show, because I can still get it free on my Amazon. So thanks. Tony said, love the costume. Yeah, I had to get festive tonight. Get a little Minnie Mouse going on here tonight. And because Minnie's helping me tonight. And Minnie's helping me tonight because Lindy took the night off. So that was very nice of her, right? We got Greg Laney in the house. What's going on, Greg Laney? Welcome, chatters. I am so happy to have y'all here. I'm just super excited about tonight because we are going to talk everything Halloween. So I've been doing my research today, like I always do. And if you're up in the treehouse now, Greg and Tony, Mr. Vegas, I decorated the treehouse for Halloween. So there's all kinds of things going on up there. So don't be scared. If a mouse or a ghost comes down, off the tree limb or something and jumps at you, or a spider or something. Because what my show is about, they call it Lindy's Treehouse, because we all get together every week. We hang out in the treehouse. We tell stories. We have conversations, fun conversations. It makes us use our imagination, right? And that's what this show is all about. Because I want everybody to come in and feel welcome. And then when they leave, they also have a good feeling about to, finish the rest of their week, right? Because it is already Thursday. And we're just about done with October, which is crazy. November is just like right around the corner. And then Sunday is spring ahead, fall back, right? Favorite time of the year. Well, I know some people don't have to change it, but I have to change. I always have to fix my clock or whatever. I'm old fashioned. I still have my little alarm clock. Hi, Bill H. Bill H is in the house. He's hanging out with us in the Treehouse tonight. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, chatters. So we got Greg and Bill H. And Tony stopped by before the football game to say hi. And we'll say hi to Angela. Angela, I love you guys. I love my guys and girls that hang out with me every Thursday. We'll fly in the house. Yep, we'll fly. Lindy took the night off, so Minnie Mouse is taking over tonight. So Minnie Mouse was feeling festive, and she asked if she could do the show. So I was like, yeah, why not? So here we are. Yes. So I got my Minnie Mouse outfit on, my little Minnie Mouse outfit on, and just getting in the holiday, Halloween spirit, right? Because it's Halloween Eve. And like I said, we're going to talk Halloween tonight. We're going to have a really good time. I'm really excited to have everybody here tonight in my treehouse, of course. Got to get a drink of water. You know how that goes, because I have to talk a lot. I talk a lot, but I don't mind. I do look forward to my Thursdays. I do. And Scooby-Doo's in the house. What is up, Scooby-Doo? And Munchkin. Yes, Lindy took the night off, so Minnie stepped in. So I'm writing down all my chatters. Tony was the first one in the chat tonight, so he gets the special chair in the treehouse. Yes. So we have Tony, and then we got Will Fly, and we got Greg, and we got Scooby, and we got Munchkin. I'm going to put Angela on here anyway. Yes, because I know she's always here in spirit. And Greg Laney says, I'm dressed as a foot launcher. There you go. There you go. That's cool. Yeah. What I was saying earlier is I've been getting a lot of my steps in the last couple of days. I've been doing a lot of walking, and I look at it as walking is very good for you, especially at my age. It's going to help it helps your heart, right? Makes your heart stronger, makes everything stronger, so that if something happens or whatever, that you're able to kind of fight off some of the infections or whatever, that might be going on in the winter time. So I've really been trying to get more exercise more. And Scuba says, oh, I did get my net repaired. Looks great now. Oh, that's cool, Scooby. Can't wait to hear about it tomorrow night on Scuba hanging out with Scuba. I call it hanging out with Scuba night on Friday night. We always have this show's like 2 hours, and we have so much fun in those 2 hours just hanging out and just talking about everything. So really excited. I love Fridays too, but I love my Thursdays. I'm Paramount USA, and you are at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's Thankful Thursday. It's pre-Halloween, and we got a busy, busy night ahead of us, okay? Because we're going to talk everything Halloween. But I always do my warm-ups on my show and all that stuff. But yeah, I really encourage you to get out and, especially we're going to get in the winter months. And I'm going to be in the house a lot more. I'm going to try and get to the gym, and do my walk around the track. So I've been getting at least 4.5 to 5, sometimes 6 miles of walking. Will Flies with Paramount USA, why did the ghost go into the bar? I don't know, Will. Why did the ghost go into the bar? Tell me, Will Fly. I really need to know. Tony said she's at Angela's at work party, but I'm sure she's listening. Oh, cool. Okay. Will Fly says for the booze. Funny. That's a good one, Will Fly. I like that. That's a good one. Let's see. What else? So we're going to get started because we have lots of things to talk about tonight. So welcome, everybody. Come on up. My treehouse is decorated for Halloween. So, just sit down. I've got those candy corns up there in the bowl, a little bowl, whatever, up in the treehouse. I got snacks laying around. So thank you, Will. He said, that's all I got. Hey, that's better than nothing, Greg Lane says my spirits were lifted with that joke. Oh, Greg Laney, that's so nice. That is so nice. So I have to say, Tony says, knock, knock. Oh boy, we're going to do knock, knock joke. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. I got to talk like Minnie Mouse tonight. Yes, I have to talk like Minnie Mouse. Isn't that how Minnie Mouse used to talk? And that she used to talk, Minnie Mouse? If I keep talking like that all night, I won't have a voice by the end of the night. I used to dress up at work every year. Every year I dressed up. Greg Lane says, go away. I gave at the office. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to say, welcome, ghosts and goblins. So happy you found your way to my haunted hideaway in the trees. Don't mind the shadows that flicker at the edge of your sight, or the cold breath on your neck. That's just a few of my permanent residents making themselves known. Come on up if you dare. So see, my treehouse is haunted tonight. Okay, so you got to use your imagination. The treehouse is haunted. So I got spider webs. I can picture it, spider webs hanging everywhere, and woo, and all that music going on, the weird, scary music, right? So yeah, so that's what the show's about. You get up in the treehouse and use your imagination, right? So let's see. And we're going to start with find your inner leader, because I always open up the show with, a little quote or whatever. We each have potential to lead. To some, it comes naturally. To most, it's cloaked in self-desire and fear. For some, it means leading on a big stage. For most, it means taking a lead in the small things. As a parent, as a friend, or in family or at work. The power is within you. So be that leader. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. There you go. That's cool, huh? The power is within you, right? Those who look outside dreams, and those who look inside awakens. I love that. So, so I'm Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse, yes. And I did a little research on Minnie Mouse tonight, and and her birthday is November 18th, 1928 is when Minnie Mouse was born. How about that, right? Minnie Mouse was born. So I'm like the ancestry of Minnie Mouse tonight. So that makes her 96 today. So she's got a birthday next month. So happy birthday, Minnie Mouse, right? What would we do without Minnie Mouse? I'm telling you, what would we do without her? So I already told you that Lindy is off tonight. Minnie Mouse decided to take over. So we did a lot together today, me and Minnie Mouse. Didn't Mighty Mouse tap Minnie Mouse? I don't know. I know Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse are the same age, right? They're the same age. So it's pretty funny. So we're going to do, I'm going to say news to me, happy Halloween, poor Mickey. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I wonder if Minnie was messing around, right? You think she was messing around on Mickey with Mighty Mouse? I don't know. That's just freaking goofy. Will fly. I love that. So I'm going to read news to me, okay? And then we're going to read about different Halloween stuff. I did a lot of read up a lot of history on Halloween and how, all the different things. So we're going to go news to me. And first of all, I have to say happy anniversary to my son, Ryan, and his lovely wife, Leslie. This is her 1-year anniversary. So everybody, put in the chat, happy anniversary. I'm just so happy for them. I have the best daughter-in-law ever. I do. I have to say, I love her so much. She is my angel. We do everything together on the weekends. So much fun. So much fun. So happy anniversary, Ryan and Leslie. Okay, if you're listening, I love you so much. I do. And many more years together. And they've been together forever too. So I was just so happy when they finally got married. I really was. So God is so good, right? God is so good. All right, so let's get on because see, I do my news to me. So I've got all these to read tonight. A menacing clown haunts a car wash. I don't like clowns. How many in the chat don't like clowns? I don't like clowns. I don't know why. I just don't. I think they're scary. I think they're super scary. A menacing clown haunts a car wash. A car wash in Michigan gained notoriety for featuring creepy clown as part of its Halloween display. And it said, got watch. So I'm going to read it again. A menacing clown haunts a car wash. A car wash in Michigan gained notoriety for featuring a creepy clown as part of its Halloween display. Greg Laney says, Tony, let's see here. Tony, yeah, I don't subscribe to the astronomy either. It's a planet for me either. And Pluto was also a part of a joke on Spaceballs. Everybody liked Pluto. So, you got to watch those Michigan peeps, right? You know why? Because it says this clown was in Michigan car wash. You got to watch these Michigan peeps because they're always clowning around. You get it? You got it? Such bozos. We had Bozo the Clown when I was growing up. What the heck? I think that guy was wacko. And all of us kids couldn't wait to go and meet Bozo the Clown in person in the studio, right? He was goofy. He was like wackadoodle, I think. Yeah, that's the name. That's the word tonight, wackadoodle. So anyway, speaking of wackadoodles, I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse tonight, and we are celebrating Halloween Eve. Yep, Bill H has a little clown face in there. And Tony said, that's why you don't like clowns, Linda. I don't like clowns. Yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why. Now we have the case. This is, and this goes on a lot. The case of the Phantom Clippers, a bizarre story from Connecticut. Police were baffled by a series of reports from residents whose Halloween decorations were mysteriously cut down. I call that the Grinch of Halloween. Let's see. Superfluish info. Just saw a meteor with a super long tail. Really cool. Plus, I wanted to hear Linda say superfluish. Greg Lane says, could tell we were on Pluto when I saw the trees. Well, how did you know? I could tell from the bark. Oh my God, you guys. I'm getting caught up on the chat. Good thing I have my phone here and I have my laptop, right? And my phone dinged and I cannot look at my message right now because I'm doing a live show, You guys, you're funny. So, yeah, so somebody was going around cutting down people's Halloween displays in their yard. So I call that the Grinch of Halloween, right? That is just not very nice at all. So then moving right along, we're going to talk squirrel. We got a squirrely story here. A squirrely story, yes. I'm squirrely tonight because I was writing this all day. Superfluous. Okay, well, Will always pronounces everything for me. He spells it out like the pronouns or whatever. Yes, superfluous. Yes. Thank you, Will. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like how you put things out there so I can pronounce it correctly. Yes. So we have a Texas Parks held its inaugural Fat Squirrel Week. The winner was, what the this is what the squirrels and the winner of the squirrel, the squirrel's name in the Fat Squirrel Week, right? The winner was Chunkosaurus Rex. Chunkosaurus Rex. That's what it says. Chunkosaurus Rex. Yes. Chunkosaurus Rex. How funny is that? Taking home the top prize. You know what I have to say? I bet afterwards, right? Things got pretty nutty afterwards, right? After the contest. Get it? Things got pretty nutty after the contest. Squirrel Week. I know. See, I can throw those out there too. I can throw it out there really good. Yeah. Even my joke's a little squirrely. Got to get it out there, right? So then we're going to move on to, what is this here? I got my notes here. This is a deer. There was a poor deer, right? DEER, with a fashion accessory. It says Texas authorities spotted a deer with a hammock wrapped around his antlers. Poor deer. Oh dear. Around his antlers. They dubbed the animal's new look Emo Chick and said they would allow it to remain for now. Can't help but think if this was okay. So this hammock, this poor thing, the hammock, hammock. Okay, how do you say it? You say hammock, hammock. How do you say it? Hammock? You guys got to tell me, how do we say it? Hammock? I just say hammock, right? Yep. It says can't help. So when they were talking about this hammock, right, that was wrapped around this deer's antlers, I had to go back because I wonder if that was Shane's hammock. Remember you told me Shaney, his hammock, that he broke his hammock? You guys remember you were talking about that one of the shows, and I had a flashback. We talked about on Shaney's show that the hammock broke, I guess. So the first thing I thought was maybe this deer is running around with Shane's hammock on his antlers, right? Maybe he found it, somewhere or whatever. Who knows? But that's sure that. We love you, Shaney. We love you, Shaney. He's the best. So here's some odd news because we're gonna go kind of back and forth. Hammock. Bill says hammock. Hammock. You gotta say it really fast, right? Hammock. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go to. This is some odd news. So I'm going back and forth because I have all kinds of different news things here. So we need like variety, right? Variety is good. And if anybody's just jumping on, my viewers, my listeners, my watchers, my chatters, everybody, welcome to Lindy's Treehouse Paramount. I'm Paramount USA, and I'm here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification, and hit that like button, everybody. I need the likes. I need subscribers. Everybody's doing awesome, though. I am really enjoying doing this. So we're going to talk about the pumpkin. Okay, we're going to talk about pumpkin here. The Great Pumpkin Car Wash. A Utah man got into the Halloween spirit by dropping, now really, who does this, right? By dropping a 1,917 pound pumpkin on his Geo Metro. Ouchie. I think someone was just having a day, right? How in the heck, how would you even do that? Dropped 1,917 pound pumpkin on his car. I guess he was ready for it to go to the junkyard, right? And he wanted to get rid of it. That could be it. So what better way than to drop a pumpkin on it, right? And smash the car. Geo Metro. I haven't heard that. When did the Geo Metros come out? That's a car, right? Geo Metro? Because it really sounds familiar. Geo Metro. That has to be a car. I think. That's what I think. Geo Metro. I'm trying to picture it. You guys can Google that if you want, but it just sounds like Geo Metro. Yeah. Will said it's a kind of car. Kind of a car. Okay. I can't imagine that, but I guess that'd be one way. Car-ish. It's a car-ish. A car-ish? That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so now we have, this is kind of a weird story. Tin can on wheels. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Geo Metro. I don't even think they make those cars anymore, do they? As much as a car as a Suzuki Samaru. Yeah, that too. Yeah, I haven't heard that Geo Metro in years, right? I haven't heard it in years. So we have a bearded animal returns. This is kind of a weird story. A Florida man. Now, how does this even happen, right? A Florida man had his beard stolen by a raccoon earlier in the year and was reunited with his facial hair after a local animal shelter found it and wrapped it around. Oh, they found it wrapped around a tree. Now, that's odd news if I ever heard it. How in the heck does that happen? Like, how did the raccoon steal his beard? That he must have been like Santa Claus or something. He must have had a Santa Claus beard. I don't know. But that's really an odd story. I like to find these odd stories and share it with you because it makes you go, what does it do? It makes you go, right? What the heck? Yeah, what the heck? All right, so we're going to keep going here. I got some fun animal facts here too, peeps. Yes. And I want to say thank you, chatters, for stopping by tonight in Lindy's Treehouse, even though it's kind of spooky up there. I know. So don't be scared. It says, did you know that this is really funny? This is really funny. And I didn't know this either. So we're doing fun animal facts, okay? Did you know wombats poop cubes square? Their poop is square, okay? Yes, a wombat poop cubes. Poop cubes are square. They stack them to mark territory without rolling away, like nature's Lego bricks. Oh, can you imagine? Wonder how big those square poops are. They make their little trail, right? They mark their territory. Just kind of drop it here and there or whatever. That's pretty funny. It's kind of gross though. Poop cubes, they call them. Yes. They stack them. They stack them. Oh, they don't just drop them on the ground somewhere or whatever. They stack them to mark it. So then they're picking up their poop and they're stacking it like for territory. That is so gross. Will Fly said, be like playing Tetris while pooping. I guess something will. Yeah, Will said, be like playing Tetris while pooping. I guess. I just thought that was super funny. I'm like, oh, I got to share this one. You know. I know. Maybe I was feeling a little poopy today, so I decided to share this with you. Yes, it is Halloween Eve. Greg Lena says, some people do the same thing at Bad Apples, or so I've heard. Ew, Greg. Oh, thanks for sharing that. What a visual that is. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, I didn't show you. See, I have put my little mini gloves on tonight too. So y'all can see I got my mini gloves. See, I got mini gloves. My mini gloves. I'm so silly. I know. Gotta have mini gloves, right? Why not? Right? Why not? Yes. I mean, how many 7-year-olds are sitting around right now dressed in a Minnie Mouse costume? You know what I'm saying? Good thing you guys love me. Good thing you love me. Because I do the show for you. I don't do it for me. I do it for you. And So Will Fly said, wait, was that for me? Oh no, now Will Fly's feeling all poopy. Oh no, Will. Oh, don't be sad. Don't be sad. It's got the little poop smile, the poopy smile icon there. You guys crack me up. You do. So anyway, moving right along, Minnie's got to move along because we have other things to talk about tonight, right? Dolphins have names for each other. They have unique whistles like we use names. And so picture them with their whistles saying, hey, Flippy, pass the fish. See? Yeah. We all remember Flipper, right? I wonder if they called Flipper Flippy. Maybe that was his twin. We had Flipper and Flippy, right? That was a really, how many people remember Flipper? We call him Flipper, Flipper. I don't remember all the words. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, if anybody knows the words of Flipper, the song Flipper, I don't even know what year Flipper came out either. Maybe in the 60s? Probably in the 60s, right? Yeah, I was still a young'un. In the 60s. Yeah, I was. So yeah, the dolphins, like they have names for each other's, and they have unique whistles, like we use names. Hey, Flippy, pass the fish. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, right? Okay, here's another one. The sloths. Sloths. See, I'm learning like all these words. Sloths. Sloth sounds like sloppy. Sloths take 2 weeks to digest a meal. Imagine waiting that long for a snack to finish. Wow, 2 weeks to digest a meal. Holy moly, that'd be really uncomfortable. Can you imagine with humans? That would take 2 weeks. I know when you eat hamburger, it takes 48 hours or something for it to get out of your system, kind of thing. Like hamburger is really hard to digest. Hamburger is really hard on the stomach, right? For digesting or whatever. But they said, the sloth says it takes 2 weeks to digest a meal. I don't even know. I should have put more information, but I don't even know what sloths eat. I didn't put that one in there either. Do you guys know what they eat? I have no idea what they eat. A sloth takes 2 weeks. Yeah, what their meals are, what they like to eat. I didn't put that in my notes here. I should have, but we weren't talking sloths. We weren't going to get all into the sloths. John Wayne, hey, John Wayne's in the house. Welcome, John Wayne. How are you, cowboy? Hey, I sent out your socks to Bill H's yesterday, so you should be getting them in a couple days. Because Cowboy won socks last week, so I was pretty excited about that. But we'll probably do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway next week, okay, instead of this week. Greg Lane says, hi, Will Fly. No, but that would be funny. I hear it takes sloth 4 weeks to dissolve a cookout meal. No doubt, right? No doubt. And so I got all my chatters in the house tonight. And yeah, so I have my magic book here. So I think we have Tony, Will Fly, Greg Gal, Scooby-Doo, Munchkin, Angela, Cowboy John in the house tonight. I think I got everybody. Bill H. Got to put Bill H on here. Goodness gracious. Bill H. All right. There we go. So far, got all my chatters in the house and all that stuff, right? So we'll do a giveaway next week because then we have something to really look forward to, right? But I'll show you, before we end the show, I'll show you some prizes, what other prizes that we got. And I'll tell you a little secret. You guys ready? I talked to Robert, and he's going to send me Paragliding Talk stickers to give away. How exciting is that? Hi, sisters. Judy's in the house. My sis is Judy. She's my bestie. Hi, bestie. I'm going to write Judy down. Judy's in the house. How are you? I hope you had a good day, sis. She's the best. She is. I know. I wish I lived closer. I mean, she lives 4 hours away from me, but transportation is another thing for me or whatever. But yeah, so Judy is beautiful as ever, inside and out. She is. All right, so we're going to keep going here. But yeah, I'm going to share some things, some giveaways, and like I said, Robert, I have to get on him about it, and he's going to send me paragliding talk stickers. So I'm super excited about that, to give those away. Yeah, right, Bill H? Yeah, I'm going to message him. And Robert, if you're listening, yeah, we're going to be waiting on those stickers. So I'm going to be giving away paragliding talk stickers. So he asked me if I wanted them. I said, heck yeah. So I'm super stoked about that. That'll be really fun, right? Giveaway. Paraglidingtalk.com. He's the best. I love that kid. Well, I love both my kids, but Okay, we're going to move right along here. Funny food facts. Funny food facts. Say that fast 3 times, right? Funny food facts. Funny food facts. Funny food facts. There we go. There you go. The coffee kicked in. Okay. And we got Minnie in the house tonight. Thank you, sis. She said she likes my costume. Lindy took the night off, so Minnie Mouse is holding down the treehouse tonight. Yes. Okay, so this is interesting. I bet you all didn't know this. It takes, okay, I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat, see who gets the closest. John Wayne says, hey Greg, Bill, Parrot keeps pulling off my headphones. Just stuck a grape in my ear. Oh Lord. But you love that bird. You love that parrot. Yeah, you love that parrot. Okay, so how many peanuts does it take to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter? Put in the chat. Let me see who gets the closest. Let's see who gets closest. It takes how many peanuts to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter? You guys tell me, and then I'll tell you. See who gets the closest. Pretty cool. Yeah. Kind of fun facts. That's what they say, fun facts. Fun facts? Fun facts. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy. Wolf, I said 4,000. No, not that many. 1 peanut if he knows how to operate the machine. John Wayne says 500. John Wayne, you are so close. You are really close. Yeah, John Wayne was the closest. Yeah, I'm waiting. Let other people guess. But so far, John Wayne is the closest. So I don't want to give the answer out yet because I want y'all to guess it. No Googling. No Googling. You just have to. Okay, so John Wayne will fly our 5,001. 501. No, getting closer. We're getting closer. Anybody else want to guess? And then I'll tell you what it is. You guys it is in the 500 range. Okay, I'll tell you that. Okay, it is in the 500 range. 505, Greg Laney. You're getting close. You're getting close. It is in the 500. Yep. It's like halfway in the 500. Halfway in the 500. See, I'm looking at my computer, 506. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell y'all what it is. Okay, I'll tell y'all because everybody's going crazy with the 550. Okay, who said 550? Will Fly. Yep, Will Fly. He's the closest. So it's actually 540 peanuts. 540 peanuts. Yeah, it takes to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. That's a lot of peanuts, right? Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't like peanut butter sandwiches, but I like the Ritz peanut butter crackers. What do you guys? Do you like the peanut butter? I think we talked about peanut butter last week. We talked about the crunchy and the smooth and all that stuff. Anyway, anywho, let's keep moving here, okay? Because we got Halloween stuff to talk about. Bees collect nectar in their crop, which is like a second stomach, and regurgitate it into the hives. I did not know that. Greg Laney says, I didn't know Charles Schultz missed the beginning. Oh, I didn't know Charsuch missed the beginning. Oh, wow. She's saving peanuts. I missed the beginning. Oh, my gosh, you guys. It's the peanut butter. Peanut butter. We're talking about peanut butter, not peanuts, not like the Peanuts cartoon. Okay, we're talking about peanuts. Yes. It takes 540 peanuts to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. And you're funny. Scuba, you're funny. You crack me up. You crack me up. So if you can, Scooby or Munchkin, take a picture of those canvases we were talking about last week, because I've been thinking about that. And I'll let you know if I can use them or not. Okay, the canvases. So if you take a picture, just DM me, you or Munchkin or whatever, and I'll take a look at them, because you're so graciously asking me. And I talked to Leslie about it, and it's a cool idea. I'm more of an abstract person, so some of the stuff, it would be abstract paintings. Scuba says, okay. So yeah, just send it later or whatever. I just want to see what they look like, what size they are or whatever. So bees collect nectar in their crop, which is like a second stomach, and regurgitate it into the hives. I didn't know that. I did not. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yes. Bees collect nectar in their crop. Whoa. Yep. They regurgitate it, and then they put it in the hives. Wow. Who would have thought, right? So now we're going to talk the lost surfboard. I know I got a lot of cool stories here. The lost surfboard traveled nearly 1,500 miles. A kite surfer in New Zealand lost his kite during an outing, and while searching for it, found a surfboard that had drifted almost 1,500 miles from Australia. Ah, wow. I wonder how he knew. I wonder how he knew that that surfboard was from Australia, and how he knew that it traveled that far. But I believe it, right? I believe it. And real quick, prayers to Jamaica. My heart goes out to those people. It's just terrible, terrible, terrible. That island, it was a beautiful island. And I'm just watching some of the videos today, really broke my heart. But those are some strong Jamaicans, I tell you what. And I know they'll get through it. But my prayers go out to the families and so many kids and animals. And oh my gosh, it's just crazy. Mother Nature, you just don't know, right? You just don't know. But I've been taking advantage of Mother Nature's beautiful weather she's been sending me. Scuba says, if lost, bring back my board, Australia. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what was written on the back of it, right? Yeah, maybe that's what was written on the back of it. But yeah, I've been walking a lot, taking advantage of this beautiful weather that Mother Nature's been giving me. I didn't walk today because I have too much to do, but I did walk the last couple of days. One day I went to the bayfront, did 5 miles, almost 6 miles. And then yesterday I walked to the college, and I did 5.5 miles, I think, at the college. So walking back and forth and all that. So yeah, I was antsy. I should have walked today. I was really antsy today. Okay, so yeah, so that's really cool, right? They found that surfboard. Very interesting. Now we have a Florida man. Now we're going to Florida. Okay, we're going to Florida. We were in New Zealand, and now we're going to go to Florida. A Florida man takes an alligator in an apartment, it says. Police in Florida were called to an Orlando apartment complex to remove a 5 to 6 foot alligator found trespassing in the hallway. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. How many of you in the chat have seen an alligator close up? And would you have one as a pet? I wonder if a lot of, in Jamaica, those storms, if a lot of alligators got washed up, on the shore and stuff. I'm sure they're going to be seeing a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, they found an alligator in the apartment. I can't imagine. Bill says yes and no. The only time I've seen alligators close up is at the zoo. Yeah. I've never seen them otherwise, right? Because we don't have alligators in Michigan. And I don't remember seeing them in Arizona. And the only time I did see them is at, you go to the zoo. John Wayne. Of course you've seen alligators, John Wayne, because you are like Crocodile Dundee, right? John Wayne Cowboy, he has done everything. He's seen everything. Nothing gets past Cowboy. I have so much respect for you. I really do, John. You're awesome sauce, okay? So tell John Wayne in the chat. Say, John Wayne, you are awesome sauce. Bill H says we have them all around here in the bayous. The bayous. See, I said bayou. I didn't say bayou. See, so I said it right. Bayou, that's like in a song. Greg Lane says I'd show Scuba an alligator if he would ever come to fly it for Gage. Yeah, that's a long drive. That is a long drive. Yeah, fly for Gage. That's coming up fast. And then, of course, they have the Halloween thingy right now in Florida, right? With the crazies, with the ready to paramotor dudes. John Wayne, John, awesome sauce Wayne. Yes, everybody put in the chat. Awesome sauce Wayne. John Wayne, awesome sauce, because he is. See, every week I'll pick somebody out and you can be the next awesome sauce next week. So John Wayne is the awesome sauce of the night. Yeah, he is. See, this is what we do. Anybody that's just watching me on here on Thursday nights thinking, who is this wackadoodle lady on here? We have a lot of fun because life's too short, right? Life's too short. And why not? It's Halloween, pre-Halloween, and why not dress up, right? Anyway, so we're moving right along. Enough about the alligator, right? Now we're going to talk elephants. We all love elephants. Yes. So yeah, next week you could be the next awesome sauce. Okay. So I'm just saying. Greg Laney said John Wayne, Scuba, and I have an ongoing joke where I was going to say I never saw at Scuba at Fly for Gage just to get him in trouble. Oh, that's funny, Greg. Greg, Greg's the jokester. Greg is the jokester. He is. But we love Greg. Life's too short, right? You tell as many jokes as you want, Greg. I love it. So, did you know elephants at an annual Oregon Zoo had a giant pumpkin smash? Okay, so the elephants were given pumpkins at the zoo. But the baby elephants, they said, preferred playing with the smaller pumpkins rather than destroying the larger ones with its family. So I can see that. I would say that the bigger pumpkins, some of the bigger pumpkins would be a little bit overwhelming for the little ones, right? For the baby elephants, because you have to use their trunk, right, to push the pumpkins around, right? I think that what it is. Wolfeye says, why don't you ever see elephants hiding behind a tree? Why, Will? Why don't you ever see elephants hiding behind a tree? Is that being elephants hiding being a tree? Because they're so damn good at it. Oh my gosh. We will fly. That's a good one. Yeah, so I can see why the baby elephants prefer the smaller pumpkins, right, as the big ones. I was going to say because they're good climbers. Oh, there you go. There you go. God bless the elephants, right? They're such agile animals. You know, they don't mean no harm. They really don't. But you wouldn't want to get stepped on by an elephant. So that you probably wouldn't. You wouldn't last. I don't think if you stepped there. So one last thing. Did you know French fries were not invented in France? They were actually from Belgium. So French fries were not invented in France. They were actually invented in Belgium. Who would have guessed, right? Gosh, French fries. So they should call them Belgium fries then, right? They should call them Belgium fries. That's funny. I mean, who would have guessed that, right? Yeah. I never really thought to look into it. John Wayne say call them palm fritters. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, there was something today when I was doing a little research on the French fries, and they did say something like that. See, I told you, John, he knows all. He's done all. He knows palm fritters. John Wade said fruits, palm fruits, palm fritter fruits. All right. So, but take a breath here. Yes, taking a breath. It's almost 9:00 already. I am having so much fun. This hour is just going so fast, right? John does know his stuff. So, peeps, we are going to talk jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns. Do you know how jack-o'-lanterns started? I did not know this, okay? Jack-o'-lanterns started with turnips. The tradition began in Ireland with carved turnips, not pumpkins. Holding coals to scare away wandering souls inspired by the legend. There was a guy that went around with holding the coals, right? Holding coals. And his name was, he named a pumpkin. Actually, he named a pumpkin. His name was Stingy Jack. Stingy. Stingy Jack. A trickster doomed to roam with a glowing coal and a carved vegetable. Irish immigrants switched to pumpkins in America because they were bigger and easier to carve. Wow, interesting, right? That's so crazy. Start turnips. I don't know, how big can turnips get? They're not that big, are they? The turnips? How big is a turnip? Anybody know? Because they said they switched from turnips to the pumpkins because they were easier. Yeah, turnips. Okay, so we're gonna tell me what the turnips. Tell me how much they weigh or whatever. How big are they? How much do turnips get? Does anybody know in the chat? The turnips. I'm listening in the chat. I'm looking for answers or whatever. How much? Yeah, you can Google the turnips. How much? I'm trying to find the turnips, and I'm trying to picture a turnip. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to picture a turnip. Normal size, big potato. Thank you, John Wayne. Okay. I know. I was trying to picture a turnip. So I get it why they decided to do the pumpkins. My daughter-in-law grew pumpkins in her garden this fall. Pretty cool. From pumpkin seeds, from last year's pumpkins. And it was so cool to see how the pumpkins grow, right? I was like, I love her garden. And she grew like 4 or 5 pumpkins this year. And they start out, and the bees, they love it. But they have to pollinate, in order for the pumpkin to grow and everything. But it's like the pumpkin before it's born, I call it, I guess it almost looks like a flower to me. And then it grows into a pumpkin. And it's amazing. And I'm so proud of her. So she gave some pumpkins to her granddaughter this year. So what better way, right? To give pumpkins away to the grandkids that you grew yourself from the pumpkins that you planted last year, right? You just throw some pumpkin seeds in and there you go. Pretty exciting. John Wayne says corn, watermelon, pumpkins, and sunflowers grow where I clean the bird cage out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when I had my birds. They loved sunflower seeds. Those sunflower seeds, yes. And boy, they make a mess, is right. Birds are very messy. Yes, John Wayne, I can relate to that. They're very messy. And they poop a lot, too. The birds, the parrots. Parrots, they make a mess. They really do. Now we're going to talk pumpkins again because it is, Halloween Eve, right? The world's largest pumpkin weighs a ton. The world's largest pumpkin weighs a ton. In 2023, a Minnesota grower set the record with a 2,749-pound pumpkin big enough to carve into a boat. It floated a person across the lake in a contest. Can you imagine floating in a pumpkin? How in the heck? 2,749 pounds. That was big enough that they made it into a boat. I would love to see a picture of that, right? I mean, how cool is that? How cool is that, peeps? Very interesting facts, right? So fun, so fun. So we're going to do a little history on Halloween, talking about Halloween, right? Because we have still some things to cover because we are talking Halloween, right? It's all about Halloween night. Well, it's not Halloween night, but it's, talking all about Halloween. So, because that's the word of the night. The word of the night is Halloween. So, anywho, Halloween traces back to over 2,000 years to the Celtic festival, Samhain, they call it. It was a festival called SOW-IN, Samhain, yes, marking the end at harvest and the start of winter. The Celtics believe the veil between the living and dead thinned on October 31st, allowing spirits to roam. So they lit bonfires and wore costumes to ward off the ghosts. So Celtic festival, right? Marking the end of harvest and the start of winter. And they believe the veil between the living and the dead was thin on October 31st. So that's pretty interesting, right? I did not know that. So Halloween goes way back, 2,000 years. That is crazy. Walter. Hi, Walter. Walter says, hi, Minnie Mouse and Chatters. Welcome, Walter. We all know that there's going to be a tomorrow because Walter's here. Yeah. Yep. We all know there's going to be a tomorrow because Walter is already celebrating Friday. So we know there's going to be a Friday because Walter is here. So we love you, sugar. Yep, I had to get all festive tonight, Walter. Lindy took the night off, so Minnie Mouse decided to help out tonight in the treehouse. My haunted treehouse. It's haunted. So don't be scared up there, okay? I hope you're all enjoying the snacks I put out there, the cupcakes and everything up in the treehouse tonight. And anybody who's listening, watching, lurkers, watchers, chatters, everybody who's tuning in to Lindy's Treehouse tonight on Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse. And I'm here every Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. That's right. So make sure you're hitting that like button, peeps. Tell your friends. Come on up to the Treehouse on Thursday nights. It's super duper fun. We have lots of fun conversation. It's all about using your imagination, right? I couldn't do the show. I love doing the show for you. I love doing it for me, but I couldn't do it without all my watchers and viewers, because I do see who, I see the numbers, like who's viewing my shows. And I really appreciate every one of you out there in viewerland, if you're watching, right? You're watching my show afterwards, maybe the next day or something. Just don't forget to hit that like button, okay? But I appreciate every one of you watching my show and tuning in and all that stuff, okay? I just have so much fun doing this. Will Fly says, okay, one more. What do you call a chicken that haunts a house? Oh, I don't know, Will. What do you call a chicken that haunts a house? So I'm watching the chat. A poultrygeist. Oh my gosh. Will Fly, good thing I'm sitting down, right? Because I'd be rolling on the floor laughing. Oh my God. You're making Minnie crack up tonight. Minnie thinks you're really funny. Yes, Will Fly. I think you're really funny. That's how Minnie talks, right? So anyway, moving right along. Now we're going to talk black cats, okay? Because a lot of people have black kitties, have black cats, right? And they said black cats are not always bad luck. And I didn't know that, right? In ancient Egypt, cats, including black ones, were scared and protected by law, okay? So in ancient Egypt, the cats were sacred. Oh, sacred and protected by law, not scared. Were sacred and protected by law. The bad luck superstition spiked in medieval Europe medieval Europe, when they were linked to witches in Japan and UK, though black cats symbolize good fortune. So interesting, right? We all thought that black cats were bad luck, but they're not. Look at that. Yeah. They said they were sacred and protected by law in Egypt. That's crazy, right? Wow. I still love my Miss Molly, though. She's the best. I do. I can't believe January I'll have her 22. I got her in 2022. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years in January I'll have her already. That I rescued her, adopted her from the Little Travis Bay Humane Society. She's the best. I always say who rescued who, right? So yeah, so that's a little info on black cats, right? Let's see. Now we're going to talk about how trick-or-treating started. Do you ever wonder how trick-or-treating? I know y'all went trick-or-treating, right? Walter says, when I visited Disney and had a photo taken with Minnie, I lifted her skirt in the photo. Oh, thanks for sharing that. Bad, Walter. Bad. Jeez. Thanks for sharing that, though. Oh, my gosh. We can't take them anywhere, right? Holy moly. Yep. Walter, go on. No, Will Fly. Don't encourage him. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So trick-or-treating has a medieval origins. It involved from souling, where poor folks in England went door to door on All Souls Day, November 2nd, begging for soul cakes in exchange for prayers for the dead. Now, by the 1920s, American kids adapted it into candy and demands and playful treats. So that's how trick-or-treating started in the 1920s. As far as like prayers praying for the dead. Yeah, why would you want to pray for the dead? Because they're already dead, right? Right? Yeah. So you would pray for the living. You don't pray for the dead. I mean, that's just silly, you know. I mean, they're not going to come back, right? So, yeah, you can't pray like, oh, I hope they come back to life. You know, once you're gone, you're gone. So you just want to pray for the living, you know, the people that they left when they left the world, left this world, whatever. But anyway, it's so creepy. Okay, so we're going to go. Halloween is a $10 billion industry. Americans spend about that much annually on costumes and candy. You pray for the souls to end up in the right place. Well, that too, but you pray for them before they're dead. You know, because once they're dead, anyway, that's a whole different thing. But you pray for them when they're alive, right? And you pray that, hope they go to the right place, you know. Once they're gone, we don't have any control of that, you know, where they go. But anyway, Halloween is a $1 billion industry. Americans spend about that much annually on costumes and candy and decor, more than on Valentine's Day. So, but thank you for that fact, Scuba. So, you know, I have to say thank you, Scooby, for that. I love reading the chat, and I love how everybody's responding different things and all that. It makes it so much fun, right? Then I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself. So I appreciate your feedback. That's what we call it. Feedback in the chat. That's what it is. That's what it is. So the top costume in recent years was a witch, followed by superheroes. So I know there's a lot more costumes out there that, you know, everybody, I guess every year it's what's the popular costume this year? I don't even know because people wear, John Wayne's has got to go heading to town to get diesel for the tractor. See you next week. Thank you, John. Everybody say goodbye to John. John, awesome sauce. You're awesome sauce, John. Cowboy. Happy trails. I'll see you on the next one. Okay? Love ya. Take care of you. All right? Take care of you. Be careful out there. Be careful out there. We love you. I appreciate you stopping by tonight, too. So what's the popular costume this year? Will Fly said, dang it, though, of another, what you call a witch that lives on the beach. Will Fly, what do you call a witch that lives on the beach? Will's on a roll here. I love it. I love it. A sandwich. Oh, Will. That's how Minnie Mouse laughs. A sandwich. You're cracking me up. Cracking me up. So what is the costume, the popular costume this year with kids? I have no idea, because I'm sorry to say, but these kids, they dress up year round, right? You see these protests and everything else, and everybody's dressed up in all these, you know, costumes, and you wonder, they get up in the morning and decide if they're going to be a bunny rabbit or if they're going to be a cat or something, you know. Very interesting. I don't even know what the costume is this year because I'm not around the kids, you know. A lot of it with costumes, you got to use your imagination, because they don't make the costumes like they used to, and they're so expensive. They're so expensive now. So I always try to get, what do you call it? Creative, right? You always get creative. So I used to dress up every year for work. And so these are the costumes. I'm going to tell you what my costumes were the last, when I was working, when I dressed up for work, because we always had Halloween contests, right? So one year I was Peter Pan, and I would do Deadpool if I had a great costume. I don't know what that costume. See, I'm out of the loop, so I don't know what the Deadpool looks like, what that costume looks like. I'm not sure on that one. Scooby-Doo. I'm out of the loop on that one. So one year I dressed up as Peter Pan, and my friend, one of my friends made my costume. And Scuba says, "Oh my God, seriously?" Yes. Yes, Scuba. Yes. Yeah, I live in the dark ages sometimes. Yes. Yeah. I can't, I don't watch, because I don't watch scary movies or anything like that. I don't get into any of that creepy, weird stuff. Okay. Whatever on YouTube, whatever they got on YouTube. That's just me. But anyway, anywho, when the boys were younger, right? My sons were younger, whatever. I dressed up as Peter Pan because my friend made my costume, and I had my horse, and I would take my horse, get on my horse, and I would take my boys trick or treating on my horse in my my Peter Pan costume. It was so much fun. And so at the end of the night, I'd grab the kids, put them each one in the front, one in the back, and we'd ride home. Yeah. But I'd walk down the street with my horse, with Senator, in my Peter Pan outfit, and we would go trick or treating. I miss those days. I really do. Walter says, well, she got stuck at the beach because sand got into the carby on her broom. Oh gosh. So and then one year I dressed up as a cow, went to work dressed up as a cow. And I remember standing at the register. I don't know if I told you guys the story before, but it's pretty funny. So I was standing at my register. I worked at Home Depot, and a gal came, one of my coworkers. She was also a cow, but she was pregnant, right? So they put us next to each other. So she was the pregnant cow, and I was the postpartum cow. Pretty funny, right? And boy, did our customers get a laugh out of that day. And the only thing is, in October, it's still 90 some degrees, right? In October in Arizona. And I remember sweating in my costumes year after year. Yeah, makeup just bleh. And so then I dressed up in a scarecrow. I was a scarecrow one year at work. I borrowed my husband's coveralls, and I had a straw hat, and then what I did is I put rubber bands around my ankles, and I put hay inside the rubber bands, right? So it would make it look like I was a scarecrow. And I went to work, had the scarecrow paint, everything on it. And as I go down the aisle during the day, you could always tell where I was at, because there would be straw, or there would be, hey, Mr. Maez, how are you? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here tonight. Yeah, so they always knew where I was at in the store, because the hay that was straw that was stuck, inside the rubber bands or whatever, it'd fall out. So, so what did you guys dress up? Tell me what you used to dress up as. Robert, hey, my son's in the house too. What's up, Paragliding Talk? Paraglidingtalk.com. Whose happy birthday? Why are you saying happy birthday? Whose birthday is it? Now, Robert said that, oh yeah, because Minnie Mouse's birthday's next month. Robert said that he's going to send me, because we were talking about you tonight, Robert, send me paraglidingtalk.com stickers. So Robert, put everybody in the chat, put yes if you want Paragliding Talk stickers. Because Robert said he's going to send them. He'll send them to me. Yes. I'm so excited. I got to mark everybody down who was in the chat tonight. I keep track of this. We're not giving anything away tonight, because I like to do it next week. But tell me, everybody, while I'm writing this down, tell me what you used to dress up when you went out for Halloween. What was your favorite costume? You guys got to tell me what your costume was. I'm putting Robert on here. And my Az on there too. That sounds funny. My Az is on there too. Greg Lane said, yes, please. Next time I win something, I'm always excited for stickers. Yes. Greg Lane said, this year I'm going to the office party as Vanderpimp. Oh, that's cool. Robert says, Mom sent us out to get candy just so we had something to eat. Oh, stop. Oh, my God. You are sad. Robert, you are so sad. I can't believe that you even said that. I can't believe you even said that. Minnie is just sitting here like, what? Yes, I filled in for Lindy tonight because Lindy was busy. So Minnie Mouse, I decided to be nice and help Lindy out. And so Minnie Mouse is here tonight instead of Lindy. Yeah. So yes, I got my Minnie Mouse costume and all that stuff. Oh, Walter, don't listen to Robert. Don't listen to Robert. So, yeah, and I dressed up as a hippie one year, and then another year I dressed up as a bullfighter. So that was really fun too. Yes, from the rodeo, because somebody let me borrow his costume or whatever. So we're moving right along here. The full moon rarity. So, excuse me. I'm on my last page, everybody. So bear with me. On the last. The full moon rarity, it's called. A full moon on Halloween is super rare. It last happened in 2020 and went again till 2039. Oh, and it won't come back again till 2039. 2039. Oh my gosh. Who knows if I'll still be around 2039. We're only at 2025. Due to lunar cycles. When it does happen, it's going to be called Hunter's Moon. So interesting, right? The super rare moon has not happened since 2020 and won't again until 2039. So how they know that, I don't know. Robert says, one time I won a Halloween party contest as a homeless guy. I only knew one person at the party. Robert. One time Robert, at the end, they couldn't tell if I was really homeless or not, so they gave me the prize. Will Fly said, wasn't there a laptop with Hunter's Moon on it? I don't know. A good question, Will Fly. I thought that was really interesting facts. Full moon on Halloween is super rare. So I don't know. Was there a laptop with Hunter's Moon on it? Could be. I'll have to Google that. So we're going to move right along to candy corn. How many in the chat like candy corn? Put yes if you like candy corn. Robert says, I was in fact homeless, though fact. Yes, Robert, you have such an awesome testimony. You do. You have such an awesome, and thank God you're here today to talk about it, to share your testimony with people. Yeah, that's something I don't want to ever. I wish not to put any parent through what I went through. Walter, it's a long story. We can't even get into it right now, Walter Sugar. Robert said, still among the living. Yes. Sorry about that, Mom. It's okay. It's okay, Robert. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But definitely, and people in the chat have probably heard Robert's testimony. And yeah, God is God's awesome. That's all I'm going to say. God, because Robert is here today because God said, I'm not done with you yet. That's what he said. Amen. Right? Amen. God said, I'm not done with you yet. So we're going to talk candy corn. I love you, Robert. I do. Yeah. Robert said, don't smoke crack, kids. Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. I'm so proud of both my boys. Robert, I am so proud of you. You have a beautiful family, a beautiful wife. Ryan has a beautiful wife now. It just warms my heart. It warms my heart. And Robert knows everything that he went through. And you probably heard his testimony. Gosh, everything that he went through, I never turned my back on him. Not once. Not once. I'm going to tell you right now. I still loved him, both my boys, unconditionally. Unconditionally. Did I have to do the tough love? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had to do tough love. I sure did. Was it easy? No. No. It was not easy. It wasn't easy. But here we are. And Robert's in the chat. And I love him so much. I pray for his family. My grandboys, they're awesome. Yeah. And I'm sober 3 years already. And I wouldn't be sober if it wasn't for my Jesus and for Robert. Yeah. 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 Will Fly said, watch some of his videos. They are awesome. They are. I love watching those. So anyway, how many people like candy corn? Put in the chat if you like candy corn. I think Robert likes candy corn. Because they're going to say, I'm going to tell you how candy corn was invented. Robert, you came through a better man. God blessings. That's a nice Walter. That's right. That's right. Greg Laney says, yes, he does like candy corn. I like it. It's okay, but puts gritty on your teeth, the candy corn. Yeah, it gets gritty. Will Fly said he likes candy corn. I like it, but not a lot of it, because it gets, you get that gritty on your teeth, whatever it is, I think my favorite candy was Tootsie Rolls and the Tootsie Pops. I love the Tootsie Pops. Those are my two favorite candies, I think, with Tootsie Rolls. The little Tootsie Rolls, they're so good. Well, it says candy corn was once chicken feed, invented in 1880s by George Renninger. It was marketed as a chicken feed in boxes with rooster images because corn was mainly animal food back then. And it has 3 colors to mimic the real corn kernels. So very interesting. Robert says, I had candy corn Rice Krispie treats. That was good. Someone made it at work. Oh, I like Krispie treats. Yes. Yeah, Krispie treats are good. Those are the best snacks ever. Yes. And then last but not least, okay, because we're winding down the show, owls at Halloween, icons. They are linked to wisdom in Greek mythology, Athens birds, but also to death and the underworld in the same Native American folklore. Their nocturnal roots make them perfect spooky symbols. So owls are icons linked to wisdom and Greek mythology. Pretty interesting, right? Pretty interesting. We learned a lot tonight. We talked Halloween. We talked funny facts, food facts. Robert came in and jumped in the chat tonight. And anybody that's listening, my viewers, my watchers, my lurkers, I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be right here. Hit the like, peeps. Hit the like. Subscribe. Hit the notification so you don't miss the show. And I watch, and I always watch to see who's been viewing how many viewers I have. And I'm just like very, very happy that people are watching my show. Will Fly says, thank you for the show. Have a great weekend, everyone. Don't leave yet, Will Fly. Don't leave yet. Okay, so I'll show you a couple surprises. Robert's going to send me stickers, right? You're going to send me stickers. So I was at the Dollar Tree. Remember I told you I was going to the Dollar Tree. So next week, I'm adding some new socks to my, Robert Michael says, does David still do the other show? No. Me, Dave Ruff? Or David, no, David. Oh, no, right now they're doing their Halloween thing, the Halloween fly-in, right? Yeah, but he doesn't, you're talking about ready to paramotor, right? So you're talking about Robert, ready to paramotor? Yeah, David. Yeah, David Wolf. Yeah, Dave Ruff. David Wolf. Yeah. Walter says, nice show. Good night, all. Okay, so let me show you real quick before we all leave, okay? So next week, anyway, me and Leslie, my beautiful daughter-in-law, were at the Dollar Tree. And so we've got Christmas socks, but I'm not going to give these away till December, of course. But we have cool Christmas socks, okay? Really cute. And I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more for next month. Give away Christmas socks. Are these cool or what? Christmas socks, and I have to say a shout out to my daughter-in-law Leslie because she so graciously donated these cute socks. These are Skittles, so we got cool Skittle socks, and then we have Mountain Dew socks. Pretty cool, right? So I got added on more socks to my collection for giveaways, right? So I'm pretty excited about that. So we got Christmas socks, and then we got Mountain Dew, and we got Skittle socks, and pretty excited. So you all know that we've got yeah. And then we still got the Fender socks to give away next week. And what else? And then we got the Pez, right? I'm just refreshing your brains, okay? And we still have the Eggo socks, okay? And anybody's watching or whatever, yeah, we do giveaways like every other show. It makes it more fun that way, right? And I'm reaching in my box, the box here. We still have some Airhead socks. And of course I have Airhead candies that I put into the, when I send the socks, I put little Airhead candies inside the socks. So, and then of course we still have all the koozies to give away. And then Robert is going to, oh yeah, wait, hold on. Will Fly, if we're still here. Okay, here is my scary Halloween painting that I did. I don't even know what to call it, but I thought it was appropriate for Halloween, right? If you can see it. If you stare at it long enough, it looks like there's cats or something in the. If you stare at it long enough, I don't even know which way it goes. I guess it would go either way. You could have it this way, right? You could have it this way. You could turn it either way. And so if you stare at it long enough, yeah, you can see like weird, like cats or something, right? It was just like kind of a painting I was messing with. I started a painting and then I painted over it. And so that's kind of creepy, isn't it? So I didn't realize that till, yeah. See, Bill H says, I see. Yeah, I didn't even realize that till after I got done painting it. My sis said, when I took a picture of it, and my sis said, if you stare at it long enough, do you remember those? Thanks, Will. Will said he likes it. Yeah, I'm more of an abstract. I'm an abstract painter, but I was just messing with colors that day or whatever, and and decided to, yeah, it's fun. I can show a painting every week to everybody, right? But I love to paint. I do. I have to get back into it again. I have to get to Hobby Lobby or to Walmart and get some new paints and, start fresh or whatever. But it's fun because I have canvases here, but I can also, if I don't like a picture that I did in the past, I can actually paint right over it too. And it always turns into something else. So it's super fun. But anyway, anywho, I am just like, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really, really appreciate every one of you. I couldn't do the show without you, right? I love to paint, and I want you all to be safe out there. Walter says, Linda, you so artistic. I try. Yeah, like I said, I am more of a abstracty. And my daughter-in-law, she does the illustration. So she helps me draw things and to draw things. And then, yeah, it helps me. And then I love to do abstract, like I said, I have it's super fun. I really love it. I am so happy that everybody stopped by tonight. I really appreciate every one of you. And I'm going to go through I always write down in my book. So we had Tony stop by tonight. Thank you, Mr. Vegas. Will Fly was in the house. Greg Laney, Scooby-Doo, Munchkin. I love you, Munchkin. Angela. Cowboy John. Cowboy John was awesome sauce tonight. Yes, we love Cowboy John. Bill H. Judy Patootie, my sisters, stopped by tonight. Robert, my awesomest son, Robert Michaels from paraglidingtalk.com, who's going to send me paragliding talk stickers. And then my AZ stopped by tonight too. So I'm just like, I love this. So don't forget to now I got distracted because Robert just sent something, but I can't look at it right. Can't look at it right now. See, I'm squirrel. Oh, I was going to talk about tomorrow night is Scuba Vapes, right? Let's see. Friday is Scuba's Hangout, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with his lovely wife Munchkin. And so don't forget to check his show out tomorrow night. And then Tuesday night hangout. That's with Shane, Will Fly, and Nick J. And Shane's getting ready to go on a cruise. And he also was working on his cargo trailer. But we love you, Shane. We love you. Big hugs today. I saw Facebook today. I'm not going to do the details or whatever. But we love you very much. And big hugs, okay? Big hugs. I know it was not an easy day for you today. And, of course, Thursday is Lindy's Treehouse, right? Every Thursday, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. You can find me right here for all of you on Thursday. And you never know what we're going to talk about, right? Yeah. So a huge thank you to everyone who tuned into Lindy's Treehouse live stream tonight. Your energy and comments make it so much fun. Shout out to my chatters who stop by each and every Thursday and always bring great conversations and laughter for sure. Couldn't do this without you all. And I will see you all next week, right? Yeah. We'll be rolling right into November. So have the courage to find the magic in this day. Go out of your way to appreciate the deserving things here before you. People who matter, places that will inevitably change, and circumstances that get all rearranged too easily. Do more than stop and smell the roses. Search them out. Plant new seeds in the places you pass by. I love that. If someone has made a difference in your life, let them know. And remember that there's more to appreciate in this moment than we realize. Believe me. Yes. Years from now, the truth of this will shine, and one of your sincere regrets will not be knowing how good you had it at the time. So I love you all. God bless you all. Say your prayers, all that stuff. Jesus loves you. I had so much fun tonight. I'm going to go find Lindy now, and because Minnie Mouse has to take her makeup off or whatever. I didn't go too crazy with the makeup because, that kind of thing. But I had super duper. I don't count. Yes, you count, Walter. I'll never forget you, Walter. I don't count. Yes, you do. I love all of you. Walter, Walter, Walter. Let me see here. Did I? Oh, I didn't write. Oh, you're talking about in the chat thing. Yes, I love you, Walter. I'm writing you down right now. Yes, you do count. Thank you, Walter. I'm glad that you stopped by Lindy's treehouse tonight. There we go. Walter Sugar, the koala. I love koalas. They're the best. So, no name down. I don't count. Walter, it's okay. It's okay. I love you. So anyway, you all have a really good rest of the week, and now I can rest. You're the best, Walter. You're the best. Oh my gosh. I will see you all. I will see you all next week, right? Yeah. Otherwise, I'll see you at Scuba show tomorrow night, Friday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're there. Be kind to each other, right? Go out and plant that seed. You never know who needs it, right? Plant that seed and just watch. Plant that seed. And you'll see how much it's going to grow. You're going to go back to that seed that you planted in a person, and you're going to find out, wow, yeah. You're going to find out, gosh, how do I say it? You go plant that seed, you share that story with somebody and watch them grow, right? And they can watch them grow. That's how I got to say it. Yes. Yeah. So we'll talk about that again with planting the seeds or whatever, and who planted the seed. I feel like I planted the seed for Robert. When the boys were little, we would go to Bible study and at the park when the boys they're just young boys. And that's kind of I believe I planted the seed for Robert, and I didn't even know I was doing it. It's kind of cool, right? It gives me chills when I think about it. But yep, well, flies to reap what you sow. That's right. Plant the seed so we can eat. Yes, yeah. I want more of God every day, right? Yeah. So I planted the seed in Robert, and then he carried it on, right? And then he planted the seed in me. I guess the saying goes, right? And it just made it bigger and all that stuff. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I love my life. I love y'all. You guys have a great rest of your week. Have a safe weekend. All that stuff, okay? And be kind to each other. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. Say your prayers. And if I don't see you in the air, but if I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air, right? Something like that. That's what Robert always said, right? If I don't see you on the air, if I don't see you in the air, I'll see you on the air. Is that how he said it? Robert's going, Lord, Mom, what am I going to do with you? So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to end the stream. And yeah. And I'm going to, I'll chat at y'all later. Night, everybody. Please be safe, okay? This was a great show. I had so much fun. Thanks for hanging out with me this pre-Halloween. Be safe tomorrow night, too, okay? Whatever you do, just be safe, because there's going to be a lot of crazies out there. If we don't have crazies already, it's going to be even worse tomorrow night. I don't know. I'm just glad I live where I live and all that. So, yeah. And this trunk or treat that they do now takes all the fun out of the trick-or-treating, and it's not even safe to take your kids trick-or-treating anymore, right? So trunk or treat, and you go to the back of somebody's car and their trunks got full of candy, and what fun is that, you know? I know a lot of people used to have like Halloween parties and stuff, like for kids. I don't even know in school if they do Halloween parties at school, but like they used to. But anyway, so I will catch y'all later. Okay, Minnie's gonna say good night. Okay, Minnie loves you very much. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. I had super duper fun. So I'm gonna say good night. God bless. See you later. Gonna end the stream and we're going to end it. Bye bye. There we go. End it. Yeah.